Let's do this. Alright. If you are here, say hello. Or just say hi. Whatever it is. Just speak if you are here. So what I'm going to be doing today, if you guys want to chat. Hey, how are you guys doing? Hello. So I'm basically here right now. I'm going to be doing some of the Day of the Dead missions, and of course, I'll be talking a little bit about some lore and why I make this trailers, this fashion frame trailers, this deluxe skin trailers, this prime trailers. Because I know some people, you know, who's like, oh, that is so cringy, that is trash, oh my god, it's not made by DE. And my response to those people is that if you feel some type of way, then go ask DE to make you one. This is a fan project. I don't care what you think and how you feel about it. This is for people who enjoy the lore, enjoy my content, and enjoy the channel. So this is, you know, whoa. Oh, so no melee weapons. So this is basically what that is for.
I'm still picking up signs of the infested.
Okay, so we still have more. Exactly, DE isn't doing them anymore because one, a lot of those things probably are, you know, going to be time consuming for DE. I know even the little that I did with Captura was a little bit time consuming as well. So imagine if DE has to create their own, you know, animations and motion and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take them a whole lot of time. So that is probably why they don't do it anymore. So yeah. Oh man, I remember this last year. So we need some power cells. Okay. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Am I stuck? Jeez. Okay. Let me unstuck myself. There we go. There we go. So I don't think DE will be making them anymore since it is time consuming and they have other projects. Hey, how you doing, damn son? So that's one of the main reasons why. And of course, for myself, I started making those cinematics by just doing fashion frame videos with it. And then at a point in time, I realized, you know what? I could literally just use this little tools to make some trailers that a lot of people are going to enjoy. So that is why we have it. It took at least approximately around 10 to 12 hours to finish the whole thing. And that is not that I just worked 10 to 12 hours straight on it. No, I actually, you know, took some time off, work on school stuff, wrote some papers. One of my papers was about, I think, like 5-6 pages, which is just one of the first work of the semester. Towards the end of the semester, we're probably going to have like 30-50 pages. So yeah, that is why we have that. Now, as far as lore is concerned, how do I feel about Pets 2.0? It looks promising from what I saw with the MOAs, but you know, we will have to see the we'll have to see the finalized products. All right, come on, come on. We have to bait him so he can run over here. Where is he? Juggy, hey Juggy, come over here. So, can you join the lobby? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we are already full. right now. Okay, we need another one. Okay, there's one right there. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, do we still have another one? I don't see another one. My favorite warframe is Chroma. Chroma is my favorite warframe. That is why I was so mad when that whole change came in. Alright, come on. Is it dead yet? Alright, let me bait him again. Come on, hey, Juggy. Come over here. So that is why we have it. Now, as far as the direction, the lore direction of the... Oh, shoot. As far as the lore direction of the Prime trailer for Hydroid that I made, the way I wrote it as Cephalon Samadeus, well, before he became a Cephalon, as him narrating the whole story. There we go. So it says half health. So basically, it's him talking to Ballas about all the warframes that he had created. You know, I had created, you know, ice. I have created water. I have created, you know, fire. All these things that I have done for you. And right now, you come to me once more. You know, basically, what else do you want? Oh, yeah, I know that what you want is my wrath. And my wrath is basically the Kraken. And that is, you know, basically a reference. Oh, man, I should have waited. So that is basically a reference to... We gotta wait for it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So that is basically a reference to Hydroid. Now, the reason why I said Samadeus is because in the origin of Warframe abilities used to be mods. So in the past, for anyone who had played Warframe early 2013, you know that Warframe abilities were on mods, and you could literally remove a Warframe ability that you don't like. So that time, if you were playing Excalibur and you only need that radial javelin, which is the final ability, or the Excalibur's rocket jump, then those are the two mods that you only keep on your Warframe. So that is how it was back then. And that way, you know, you literally could free up some mod slots, because with the way we have useless Warframe abilities right now, you could literally free up mod slots and put another mod in there and not use that ability. Now it's a little bit different. So because Cephalon Samadeus, as we know, is the one who made all the Warframe and weapon mods in Warframe, theoretically, that means he is the one who created the thing that is able to convert void energy into Warframe powers. You guys get what I'm saying? So because Warframes are powered by the void energy from the operators, so being able to, you know, create mods means he also created those Warframe powers. Basically, he created that variation. So in other words, if he created the mods, he created the powers and the abilities to all your Warframes. That is why I had him basically wrote that entire trailer like that, you know, as him narrating the whole thing. So I hope you guys see, you know, the connection in there. I reduced the texts in the game mainly because I want to be, a lot of times when I record gameplay, I want to be able to make sure that I can cut out certain things on the screen. I hope you guys see what I'm saying with the thing. So if the text is small, it will be basically isolated on one side of the screen, and you can easily cut it out with a video editor or by expanding it. So yeah. All right, come on. Where, man, everybody has gone a whole far, you know, several miles away. So we are probably still playing the same location, I believe.
I'm still picking up signs of the infested. Keep
All right, come on. Okay, so the battery is right there. There we go, perfect. Okay, why can't... Oh, there we go. Whoa, what kind of glitch is that? So that is basically where it came from. Oh yeah, I will try to cover more lore on these things. One of the problems that, you know, I had with it is mainly because the lore in Warframe is so limited, which means a lot of times when you create lore videos, where is the rest? A lot of times when you create lore videos, you have to resort to either speculation or trying to put two and two together. It is not direct, which is what a lot of people will go through if you are ever trying to get into Warframe lore. Halfway through the whole thing, after you're done with Sacrifice and you're done with, you know, the Chimera prologue, all you're left with is going to be speculations. And, you know, all you can also do at that time is try your best to speculate and back it up with, you know, facts that are in the game itself. So that is how you uncover things. Ooh, look at it. A giant pumpkin. There we go. Oh, man. Come over here. You said we must illegalize Vestian moss. Hey, how are you doing, Jeff Stone? No mods, no weapons. Okay, let's try to revive this guy. Yeah, I don't even think we can use our Warframe abilities either. Okay, where exactly is it? Oh, is it stuck in there? Okay, like, yeah, that dude is literally stuck in there, and the Juggernaut is stuck in there too. Is it out? Is it out? Oh my god, it's still stuck in there. We're never going to, yeah, we are never going to kill it. We are never going to kill it because it's stuck in there. Unless it comes out. Because we cannot, I can't throw a pumpkin at him. You know what, we're just going to go in here and try to punch him. Nope, that's not going to work. Yeah, we're just going to have to. Is he out now? Oh, he's out now. Oh, finally is out. All right, let me get this guy. Oh, you think the Tenno cannot grow old and die? Yes, they cannot. Now, I will say, I believe the process of their void accident can be reversed. Theoretically, based on Warframe lore, we can reverse that process. But, based on the foundation that DE has set, will we be able to do that? I doubt it. Oh, shoot. Get out of here. Okay, do we still have more pumpkins around here that we can bait them on? No more pumpkins? No more pumpkins? Oh, there. Oh, no, that is the head. Oh, there we go. That's one. So what we're going to try to do is... Oh, wow. All right. Cephalon Samaris told you you're more interesting than anything in the sanctuary. Yeah, I'm telling you, Cephalon Samaris in the old life probably was a player. You know, it was like a hunter. You are more magnificent than anyone I've seen. You are a beautiful and a wonderful specimen. A sight to behold. Okay, what is in there? Oh, there it is. Where is Juggernaut? Hey, Juggy. Oh, it's dead already.
Proceed to extraction.
All right, there we go. Now, one of the things that makes this fun is the fact that you literally can't see anything past maybe like 5 meters or 10 meters. Yeah, that makes it really fun. Ooh, that is a storage container. What is in there? Hey. Look at, we got Harrow, we have Trinity, we have a Hydroid, and what is that guy? I don't even know.
Another job well executed.
Yes, the daily tributes are very fun. One of the things that make them fun is whenever you get into missions, well, whenever you log into your game, and you just see somebody pop up and just say hello or something like that, like, hey, how... It just has this unique saying that just makes them so... It makes it fresh. Oh, so I got the Dread skin. Is there any more, you know, item that I can unlock on it? Oh, okay, so that is the Orokin reactor, time attack. Alright, let's do this. Let's do the time attack. Do I think Man in the Wall is against us? Or just a force that wants to cause damage and chaos and sees us as beastmen? I think Man in the Wall is basically using us for his own selfish advantage or selfish gains. I don't think the Man in the Wall is, you know, like an ally per se. I think you know what? The Tennos are literally being used. We are being used by every single person in this system. 1 minute we're helping the Red Veil. Another minute we're helping, you know, Cephalon Suda. Another moment we're running around trying to save Space Mom. And then we're like, oh my god, I'm going to kill Ballast at the end of Sacrifice when I find him. And then at the end of the at the beginning of the Chimera prologue and end of Sacrifice, you're like, oh my god, I'm going to kill Space Mom when I see her. So it's so crazy because Tennos are mercenaries, basically. We still have that child mentality where we have a hard time understanding or knowing who to trust.
Signs of the infested. Keep hunting.
Yes. So you guys would like me to explain Rail? Well, Rail is not that hard. Basically, one of the first things that I can use to explain it in just on this live stream is, let's put it this way. What would happen if the operator dies while they were inside, you know, their cryopod? Basically, they will have this everlasting dream, this long-lasting dream. Now, for Rail, I think he is a little bit I want to say maybe a little bit scared about his life in the Man in the Wall. He's been to places that other operators and Tennos haven't been. He has seen things because Rail was able to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. And that's what makes Rail so unique and made him so scared. The main reason that why the Red Veil also worshipped him is because of that knowledge and that power. Not only does Rail have the power of the void, but he is in limbo, which means he is in the space between life and death. Or let's say he is stuck between our world and the void. I want to get that guy up, but all right, is it burning? Is it burning? All right, that is good. That is good. Could we make love with another Tenno? Yes, we definitely can make love to other Tennos. Other living creatures, I don't know. That will go deep into the realm of the Star Wars universe. But we can definitely make love to other Tennos. However, as far as lore is concerned, we haven't hit puberty yet. I don't think so. Or we're just hitting puberty. So based on lore, I don't even think the Tennos know what sex is. But in the real world, we can fall in love with each other and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think the Tennos know what love is. Or what... Well, yeah, they don't know what love is. I don't think they know what sex is either. Or, you know, what to even do. Alright, come on over here. Jeez. Fortuna should be coming out in, I think, the first or second week of November. Mainly because the first week of November falls on a weekend. Well, the first days of November falls on a weekend. So I'm sure they're probably going to try to push it for that second week. So yeah, that's what I think they will try to push it for. Now, as far as Nezha rework, I know somebody asked about that. I would say Nezha is a whole lot more, he's a whole lot better than what he used to be. As far as his passives, you know, it's still what it is. I don't think Nezha's passive should even... They should rework the passives for all the frames in Warframe in general. That's just what I'm going to say. Not just Nezha alone. Every single Warframe needs their passives reworked. And the reason for that is because a lot of these passives were created in the older system and older builds of Warframe. Which means some of them are obsolete, you know. For example, some passives were so useful when we had parkour or movement 1.0. But now that we have movement 2.0 and we have parkour 2.0 and all that kind of stuff, a lot of those abilities and passives, you know, are basically useless right now because you can just parkour everywhere you want. So that is why I think that. Now, as far as his ultimate, awesome. What they did with Blazing Chakram is one of the things that I would say is more interesting to me, mainly because it now passes through enemies and all that kind of stuff. That is just incredible.
Check your inbox, operator.
All right, so I got a Orokin reactor. Not bad at all. I would love to get some Orokin reactors, or at least a build format at the end of some of these missions. Do I think Warframe is going full open world? I think that is one of the goals of the game. Not that a full open world thing, but I think it's like a semi-open world where you can click on the planets and launch into them, you know, log into that planet and then, you know, explore the planet. More like what you will see in, you know, different games, you know, games like Guild Wars 2, where you can enter a portal and appear at a different location, or games like Destiny, where you can open your director and then, you know, go to a specific planet. I think that is where Warframe is headed. DE has gotten to the point where they're looking at the way things are. We've been fighting indoors for a long time now, since 2013. And the devs are basically looking at this in a way where they're thinking it is going to be great for us to now take that fight outside. And that is what they're trying to do with the open world. I'm sure when they're done with Venus, the next one will probably be maybe Eris or something. They will probably be working on an infested thing. And I think this will also expand the horizon and give them enough to work with. Mainly because that will be an asset space that they can throw anything in the future. Imagine this. With the creation of the open worlds, DE can literally create a raid that involves every faction in Warframe. So I hope you guys are catching on with what I'm saying. With the open world, they can create a raid for every single faction in Warframe. They can create different events that is just tied to every single faction. A semi-raid, if you would say. And how that will work is that now they have this entire planet, an entire space of assets that they can now use. So the beautiful thing about that is they don't have to build extra locations to create a raid for you. They can just build the raid around what they already have. So that is where I think DE is going with the open world. Now, I may be wrong, but I think once they're done with Venus, maybe 4 years, 2-3 years down the line, the next one is going to be Eris, which is going to be, you know, an infested open world. So you will go to the infested hive, the infested home world, if I would say. So that is what I think they're gonna do. Now I could be wrong, but that it's looking more like that.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Man, Cernos Prime is one of the best weapons in the game. And I know some of you will disagree. But I just love the weapon. It is just amazing. Okay, there is an enemy somewhere around there stomping the ground. Oh my god, nullifiers. Just hit him with that. Now, one of the greatest things about using Hydroid right now is that you can use your Corrosive Barrage or Tempest Barrage, whichever one you mod for. You can use it to pop nullifier bubbles. If you aim it right, of course. And you can also use it to destroy those drone locations and stuff. So all these mines right here, you can use Hydroid's first ability to pop them. And of course, it's going to be a lot better if you build for Corrosive Barrage. So that's one of the beautiful things about using Hydroid, and what makes him one of the most powerful frames in the game. If you know how to play Hydroid, oh my god, you're going to enjoy it. Hydroid is very fun to play, by the way.
Another life support capsule.
You know, you can lock down locations, you can CC, you can do damage, you can debuff, you can strip armor. What do I hope will happen in the new war story-wise? The new war is going to be a situation where I think this is where we will uncover the rest of the truth. Once again, the way I see the Warframe universe, it is... oh my god, I hate nullifiers. The way I see the Warframe universe, it is every man for himself kind of thing. Ballas, at the end of the day, is always going to be looking out for himself. Same thing we saw with Hallowed V. Same thing with the Sentients. They're always going to look out for themselves. Man in the wall, always going to look out for themselves. What I think is going to happen is that the Sentients will come to the origin system, and they will start an all-out war. And in this war with the Sentients, this will open a new wave of public events in Warframe. We will play the base mission, which is going to be the quest. And once we're done with the quest, we will now be using our Railjacks as a vehicle to fight the Sentients in various locations. So if you guys know how you have invasion missions where you support one faction versus the other, I think sentient invasion missions will be popping up in different locations across the solar system. And this means, okay, yes, we have defeated the Sentient in the main quest, but their forces are still all around the place. This means every time you log into the game, you're looking for where the Sentients are populated, which planet the Sentients are trying to take over. So you can just, get your crew together, get your Railjack together, and you guys can just run in and go clear the Sentients out of that sector. And that will also work for other factions as well.
Prepare for life support.
Alright, let me just... Oh my god! That was a wrong move. Do I have a melee weapon? Yes. Oh! Alright, yeah, my Sentinel is dead. I need to pop into my Tenno a lot more often. Oh, you have a good one. Oh my god, guys. Atlas Deluxe looks like... I know the helmet looks a little bit like Revenant, but I'm telling you, that skin is gorgeous. That skin is... oh my goodness. Like, that skin is so amazing. Even if you don't like Atlas, you will play Atlas because of that skin. I'm telling you, Liger is just, he's amazing. Like, the way he designs these things, it's crazy. It will blow your mind.
We fought with honor.
So yeah, so Atlas Deluxe is amazing. But as I was saying, the new war is going to end with the Sentients being scattered across the system. This could also lead to a different type of a raid, maybe a Sentient raid. Once again, like I'm saying, the Sentients have their outposts, and this is going to be literally a space that DE can use to create future content. That means they don't have to create an entire tile set. That means they only have to design events around those assets, those open worlds, those sentient sentient galleons and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with the Corpus.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
On how chilling in Uranus? Not really. That is just, a lot of those sentients have they have fragments, and those fragments can be scattered in different places across the system. Also, those fragments serve as eyes and ears for the sentients. So yeah. So that's one of the things about it. As far as we know, Unhow is basically, flying around. What happened there? Okay, is something shooting me from the top? I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened right there.
Get ready for a capsule.
Man, did that thing just teleport? Alright, let me just stay in the puddle and just watch them die. There we go. That is the power of Hydroid, people. That is the power of Hydroid. Now, if I built for Corrosive Barrage, it would have been a whole lot awesome. Hey, how you doing, Thanatos? You know what? It is possible that Unhow can use the war to see us. Remember, the Sentients, they are like they have drones in their essence all across the system. Whatever is sentient can be used to spy on us. So it's like somebody giving you a free phone, like the government giving you a free phone. You know very well that that free phone can be used to track you. You know that. You know the government wouldn't just give you something for free.
When you are ready, go to extraction. Our operative is making progress.
Alright, where is extraction? Alright, there we go. Ooh, man, that was a tough one. I almost died right there. That was a close one. Here we go. Oh, we have a Valkyrie on our squad. There we go.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh yeah, as far as Conclave wise, let me see. What are my Conclave stats? Let me even look at my Conclave stats once this is done. I don't play Conclave that much anymore. Not because I just hate Conclave, is because I can't find people. I can't find people to play Conclave with. So let me look at stats. Conclave. General stats. I'm supposed to find it in here, right? Okay, Conclave stats. My kill to death ratio is 1 to 1.6. Kills in Conclave, 628. Deaths in Conclave is 993. So yeah, you see, I'm literally trash in Conclave, and I'm not even afraid of saying it. My screen, I'm using I think it's a 30-inch or 27-inch. I don't know. I think it's a 30-something inch monitor that I'm using. It's a 4K display, and the mostly I set it on 1440. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Let's go play the index, people. Let's go to the index. Unless we still have some more. Yeah, we still have some more sortie to do. Let's finish sortie and then we go to index. Let's equip Loki, since the next one is going to be a spy mission. Where is Loki? Where is Loki? Oh, there we go. There is my Loki. I always unequip the weapons on my Sentinel, because sometimes they seem to go goo goo gaga whenever you're doing spy missions. Oh man, you know what? The Riftwood, that is actually not a bad idea. That would be so creative. Well, not really creative, but that would be so awesome if we have different missions where there are different modifiers. Okay, why? Okay, there we go. Different modifiers where you jump into this mission, or you have low shields. You jump into that mission, low health. You jump into that mission, enemies deal 30% more damage. You jump into that one, enemies deal less damage, or you deal 30% more damage. That will be really interesting, and it will change the diversity of, you know, the play styles as well.
Your mission is to break into enemy data vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
All right, do I still have more on there? All right, let's go. Let's roll. I hope we're able to complete this real quickly. Is everybody having rain in their area? Because it's been raining over here in my area for the past few days now. All right. All right, just ignore the enemies and just run in. But yeah, like I was saying, that new war will literally bring a new level of things. And I'm sure if DE does that with Fortuna, that will be great as well. So this will mean the enemies are always active in the system. And our job is to suppress them daily. We have this different, you know, missions that we embark on every day. It is not a basic mission. It's going to be a little bit harder. More like a sortie level type of difficulty. And all we have to do is to make sure that all we have to do is to make sure that we silence them every time. All right. Okay, that one is not open. That one is not open either. All right. I know it does take me a little bit longer than some of you actually do these spy missions, but I like to take my time. It's a covert mission, you know. There we go. I don't want to be the guy that sets off the alarm. Yeah, Loki clones really does need a rework though. I will say that for a fact. But yeah, so the new war will happen. We will fight. We will either save. I think we will be given a choice to either kill Lotus or kill Ballas. That choice is going to happen. It is definitely going to happen. Kill Lotus or Ballas. And once we make that selection, then, you know, the end of the new war quest will be over. I mean, if I have a choice, based on what it's looking like right now, we cannot say that the Sentients are following a certain directive or their programming because they are sentient now. They decide for themselves. So I would literally just, you know, if we have the choice, I would literally just kill Lotus. She's of no use to us to begin with. So she's been using us. And I also have a feeling that oh man, I should have used Limbo. And I also have a feeling that Lotus has been draining the Tenno essence for several years. We're in this reservoir dreaming, and she is literally underneath that reservoir. You know, maybe that's just me, but that's basically what it looks like. Like, what could Lotus be doing for all those years? I mean, how did she survive if the void is poisonous to sentience? You guys get what I'm saying? If the void is poisonous to sentience, and let's say she found a way to adapt to it,
System is waiting to release Orokin authorities.
how did she survive though?
Dead.
Like Lotus, what were you eating all this time? What kind of food? Cause I know plants don't grow in the void. What you been eating, Lotus? What have you been, dabbling on? I'm telling you, people, Lotus has been eating or chewing on the Tenno essence to feed herself for all these years. Because there is no way she just didn't eat for all those time. Yep, she must have used our energy. We don't know if sentients eat. Okay, yeah, well, let's say they don't eat. At least they have to recharge. They need some form of energy.
Hurry up. You are running out of time.
Also, how did Lotus get all these superpowers? Like, for real. How did she all of a sudden have all these superpowers? I know Unhow doesn't have superpowers.
Quick, use those pencils to change the destination of the map portal. One of them has to lead to our exit.
Hey! I knew you would come. Thank you.
Oh, okay, we already got her out. Okay. But yeah, because I just think about that. I know the Sentients also have their own form of defensive and offensive systems, but
Suppose you have an extra gun?
I'm like, how did Lotus get all those powers that we saw at the end of the second dream? Remember, Ballas obviously got those powers too from, extracting the essence from the void as well. That's how Ballas got those powers. So I'm believing those powers that Lotus had. Hey. Also, here's the crazy thing. Did you guys ever wonder?
The captive has been liberated.
Ooh.
Be rewarded for this, Tenno.
Did you guys ever wonder how Lotus all of a sudden teleported to our ship at the end of the second dream? Like, really? Where have you been? Where have you been? Seriously. Like, oh my god. Riven capacity. Man, I hate these things. It's alright. I'll just purchase one. I think they just need to make it infinite. Of course, I know some people are going to try to abuse it as well, which is why they're doing what they're doing, but still. Man, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 veiled Riven mods. 2 pistol Riven mods, 1 rifle, and 3 melee Riven mods. I haven't even touched any of them at all. I'll probably give them away. Yeah, probably do that. Probably next stream I'm going to give away all 6 Riven mods that are still veiled, so you guys can go decrypt them yourself. But yeah, so I always thought about that. You know, how does Lotus, you know, end up at the, you know.
Do you remember the old war, operator? Lotus seems to have misplaced those memories.
What did Barrow bring today? Is this still trash that he brought? Let me see what else. Okay, that is. I'm trying to see what I want to do. Saturn. This one also has invasion. Venus. Okay. Aphrodite. So I think in the future we're going to build a Vesper relay, because we just built the relay on Earth. So I'm thinking maybe next year we will get a chance to rebuild the Vesper relay. Maybe it will be, since this one is dominated by the Corpus, this will probably be, you know, a little bit like the one we did on Earth, but it will be us fighting Corpus proxies. So yeah. Cougar Flood. I really haven't done a lot of Cougar missions lately, just because I haven't really been into it. Like, it's not fun. Jordas, Golem, Assassinate, all that kind of stuff. Which list? Alad V, Neptune. You know what? I'll just pick one random Fisher mission. Rescue, Infestation. All right, there we go. Let's do this. You said Lotus got on our ship via movie magic.
The reactant is working like a relic. Find more.
Oh man, I still got Loki. It's all right.
It is almost as if the infestation has deliberately captured.
I mean, not that I hate Loki or anything.
It's highly unusual.
I just don't bring out my Loki for any mission.
Infested. Lay low and it should go away or amp up the fight.
My Loki is always used for special missions. All right, there we go. Wow. All right, radiating disarm. All right, we made it hangry. All right, come out here. Here, Juggy.
You opened the relic. Finish it and we'll take a look inside. The Juggernaut. I think you get angry.
We're always making someone angry in Warframe. Okay, is it down there or what are you guys doing?
Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested coming.
All right, where are you? Here, Juggy. Where is Juggernaut? Oh well. Hey, how you doing, Marine? Do you think it is possible they made Ballast Sentient to be a body for Hun Hao? You know what? Great. That is actually a big possibility. I've never thought about that.
Those lasers linked to the poison tumor nodes growing on the airlock.
But that is possible. That the Sentients are slowly transforming Ballast, so that when he is ripe for the picking, and the mother has taken full control of him, they can give the body to Unhowl. That would make a lot of sense too. I mean, because, you know, the Sentients are body-snatching demons.
You set off a
Oh my god, this guy's just ran into the lasers. It's okay.
Get them out of there immediately.
The way, oh, nothing.
I knew you would come. Thank you.
You located the warframe. Make sure they get to extraction alive.
Alright, let's do this. Let's head back to extraction. Oh, extraction is the other way. Oh my goodness. Oh. There we go. Get out of my way. All right, let's run to extraction. Loki is so fast. Loki, Nova, Mag? Is Mag faster? No, I don't know. I don't think Mag. I think Loki, Nova, Nezha, Volt. Those are the speed demons in Warframe right now. All right, go the other way. All right, let's get out of here. When you're dealing with infested, sometimes every man for themselves. Yep, Orokin are also body-snatching demons. So if the Orokin created the Sentients, and the Sentients are doing what the Orokin used to do, yep, it's not far-fetched. The Sentients could literally do that. Ballas can kill himself and transfer his consciousness to a new body. Do I want a Bronco Prime barrel? You know what? I was gonna go for Forma. You know what? I need Forma. I need Forma, people. Forma is so scarce right now. It's crazy.
Escort mission complete. The hostage is safe now. Let's get out of here.
Do I think the Orokin were good at some point? Here's what I will say. I will say that the way it had worked, the Orokin at their infancy, the infancy of the civilization, the way that here, you know what? Scratch all that. Let me put it this way. You know how sometimes we as people, we do certain things and we believe that what we are doing is just and righteous. The Orokin, in their own perspective, believe that what they're doing is just and righteous. I don't think for a single moment they think that they themselves are evil. You get what I'm saying? Just like you have certain people, they will pass a lie detector test and they will be lying to you. They will literally tell you that they are like they are a dog with a pumpkin head, and you will look at the lie detector test and it will not flinch at all. So a lot of times, you know, you have people like that, and I think the Orokin are like that. They believe that everything they are doing is for the survival and the future of the human race. They believe in survival of the fittest. If you don't get strong to a certain point, you will be left behind. And they believe that their immortality is the best way to keep them safe. Also, here's the thing that I also think about the Orokin. A lot of times, you know, I've had this discussion with a couple of people before who are lore enthusiasts as well. We believe that there's a possibility, there's this theory that there is another invasion coming from a different dimension. The invasion is coming from either a place like the Void or an alternate or different universe. And the Orokin all this time have been spending thousands of years to prepare the origin system for this massive invasion. And the sentient creation was just one of that process, which unfortunately backfired. So that is one of the possibilities. If you guys ever remember, in the Star Wars universe, there is if you read some of the books, you will notice that the Sith Lord Darth Sidious had been preparing for the Yuuzhan Vong, which are, you know, this ancient race of, you know, world conquering monsters who were coming into that, you know, coming very closer to that universe that we all know in the Star Wars universe. This is why Emperor Palpatine built different research facilities and observatories all around the system. You can, if you read the Admiral Thrawn novel, you will notice that as well in his encounter with this alien race. So something like that could be possible in Warframe as well, where the Orokin already know about this upcoming alien race or this upcoming faction from an unknown region, and the Orokin is basically just trying to prepare for it. Hey, how are you doing, Ian? Yes, the man in the wall is kind of related to interdimensional invasion theory. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ronan, how you doing? Yes. So yeah, the Orokin, you know, they underwent an evolution. I don't know if everybody believe in the theory of evolution and all that kind of stuff. Everything we do to our body can be considered an evolution. If somebody gets breast implants, you can consider it as an evolution. If they get butt injections, it's a form of evolution. Botox, form of evolution. Some of them are selective rather than just, you know, us going through it based on, you know, nature itself. So the Orokin, that's basically what they do. They, you know, change their bodies, created different forms of, you know, medicines and all those. They're like, you know, scientists / sorcerers. You know, of course, a lot of people believe that sorcery is a form of science that nobody understands. So that is kind of like how the Orokin are. And, you know, they figured out, hey, with ballast, hey, if I have long arms, maybe I'll be able to do certain things. Or, you know, you never know. Yeah, it happens in a population. And in some cases, if with the way evolution is, if a certain group or a certain or particular person within a population does not evolve, while majority of the population has, natural selection, of course, takes place, and that person will be left behind. And that we see that in everything in the world, you know, since the beginning of time. You know, you have invasive species where after they get into a location, they begin to multiply and procreate. If the native species don't evolve and, you know, counter that, they will become extinct.
New alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
What it did to Ballas was an evolution. He experienced torture. Okay, I say, what do you think that sundial on our profile have? That sundial is it's kind of like a morality scale. Well, not really a morality scale, but it's a little bit closer to that. It is basically our alliance with the sun and the moon. The sun is the bright and the moon is the dark. If you play the sacrifice quests and if you play the War Within quest, at the conclusion of all this quest, the Tenno is basically thrown in a situation of do you even know which side you're on? Do you know which side is the good side or the bad side? It is not that the sun is good and the moon is evil, or the moon is good and the sun is evil. It is still part of the journey of the Tenno, where pick a side, but one day in the future you will come to understand if your side is good or bad, or if they are just. Remember, anything dealing with the bright side or the light side, which is the sun, is dealing with, a much more caring and, let's say, humane approach to things. The moon side of the decision, which is the umbral side of the decision scale, is dealing with a more precise and proactive decision-making system. What works and how this happens in Warframe is that if you look at all your syndicates, we can compare, let's say, New Loka and the Red Veil. While we all look at the Red Veil as this evil organization or this evil group or this evil syndicate, the Red Veil also have a reason to do what they're doing. They're not 100% evil. They're just saying, you know what, we will get the best results whichever way possible, which means we will save our own people and return the origin system to its former glory, even if it means killing 1 million other people. If you look at the New Loka, their philosophy is different.
Believes that true humanity is the only path to cleanse ourselves of this suffering.
Now, you're looking at the New Loka, they're like, oh, this is what we have to do, that is what we have to do. Now, as far as New Loka and Red Veil, you can see on here that they don't really have any dealings with each other. Their philosophy is slightly similar, but their approach is a little bit different. Now, when you look at the Arbiters of X's, you see that the Arbiters of X's hate the Red Veil. Like, they are literal enemies. They are opposed to the parent sequence and allied with Cephalon Suda. Why does the Arbiter of X's hate the Red Veil? It is based on their philosophy. If you look at it right here, it says the dogmatic arbiters seek a truth through discipline and practice. They reject the Tenno as warrior mythology, a lie constructed to limit their potential. So basically, the Arbiters of X's are like Jedi, if you want to look at it that way. The Arbiters of X's are like Jedi. They don't want to be, even though they kill people too, they don't want to be, known as this evil force. We're trying to establish order. And the Red Veil here are telling you, before order, there has to be chaos. And the Red Veil are like the Sith. Now, I'm talking about the Sith before the creation of the two and all those things. No. We're talking about the original Sith, and if you look at the philosophy of the Red Veil, the Veil see corruption all around them. They are honor bound to heal the system through the great and violent purge. No cost too great, no blood too precious. So, comparing the Red Veil to the Arbiters of X's, these people want the Tenno to forgo their path as far as combat is concerned in certain situations, and approach and accept this life of being a monk and meditation and all that stuff, while the Red Veil are just saying, no, that is not good, we will all die if we do that. The Tenno need to embrace their combat abilities. They need to embrace their power, get stronger, become more powerful, and if anyone stands in your way, destroy them. You can look at it in another way. The Arbiters of X's are Naruto. The Red Veil is Sasuke or Orochimaru. You have to get whatever you want at all costs, and sometimes immediately to killing a couple of people. So that is where you see it. Now, all this other people, they are basically, just some kind of diplomatic, people. And then Cephalon Suda is just carrying now what she thinks is best for, and she's using the ideology of the Orokin. That's what we have to understand about Cephalon Suda. While Cephalon Suda exists as a Cephalon, remember that her ideology is based on Orokin principles, because remember, before she became a Cephalon, she was an Orokin. Read her thing right here. It says,
You would make an excellent cephalon, Tenno.
it says, a vast consciousness watching with a curious eye, seemingly devoid of emotion. Suda's thirst for knowledge and abhorrence of destruction can only be described as passionate. That quote right there is what an Orokin will tell you. All this thirst can only be described as passionate. Which means if we'll destroy all these people and use them for experiments and we gained knowledge and understanding in return, then that is okay. And also it talks about the vast consciousness watching with a curious eye, which means she's always looking. Her principles are based on Orokin ideology. If we look at the Still Meridian,
Turned your back on a lot of innocent people, Tenno. What do you care?
Still Meridian are like warmongers. They are like a different part of the underworld, if you really look at it that way. Reading them, it says, led by a battle-hardened Grineer deserter, the Still Meridian fight a guerrilla war against a vast enemy. They are sworn protectors of what little remains of the colonies. So this basically are a group of small rebels. People who are upset about the empire, upset about people who are in control after the fall of an empire, and they are looking for ways to benefit the citizens and the local people. That is what you see with the Still Meridian. That is why the Still Meridian were so invested in rebuilding that Earth relay, because the Still Meridian don't care about commerce. They don't care about trade and all that kind of stuff. They care about the people and the survival of the citizens on each planet. That is their goal, and a lot of times they fight this guerrilla war, this underground battle, which is why they are one of the most equipped and, I would say, roughest when it comes to all the syndicate agents. Now, when we look at, let's see, pairing sequence.
The probability of us working together has converged on never.
Pairing sequence at this point can be examined as a syndicate which, even though they are no longer part of the corpus, they still have that ideology of the corpus within them. They still believe in diplomacy. And if all else fails, then we will look at ways to, counter our opponents. If you read their quote right here, it says, a collective of brilliant and powerful merchants splintered from the corpus. Their goal is to restore order and bring prosperity and direction to a violent world they study. Remember, there are a couple of few words that I want you guys to pay attention to. The word brilliant, which means they are strategists. They think through things before they act. And an example of that will be in the Glass Gambit, how Ergo Glass literally played the whole event and bargained, even though he was putting our lives on the line. So that is one of the things that you will see there. And of course, they are powerful as well. Remember, they were once part of the corpus. Now, the last word that I want you guys to bring your attention to is bringing prosperity. Prosperity, to be specific. Prosperity is very big and very important in corpus philosophy, mainly because the corpus worship greed. The Church of the Corpus worship greed, and their biggest ally in that worship is money. Prosperity is, when they're looking at prosperity, they're looking at money and wealth. That is why, at the end of the day, the parent sequence only care about their financial strength. not their physical strength, because they know for a fact we cannot go to toe with enemies when it comes to physical strength, which means we can buy our way out or pay someone to do it. We look at the index, it is all money involved. At the end of the day, we are mercenaries for the parent sequence, and when we play the index, we get paid at the end because it's a gambler's game. So hey, how you doing? Yeah. So that is one of the things that you will notice about the parent sequence right there. And if you go back into the game and look at these things, look at those ideologies, those philosophies, and compare them to all these other syndicates, and you will see why they're either allied with each other or they hate each other. Let's read the New Locus one finally. It said, New Locus said, only through the restoration of pure humanity and repopulation of Earth can the conflict end. The New Loka are worshippers of the human form and Earth before its corruption. Remember, they are worshippers of Earth and humans before its corruption. The first corruption of Earth and humans were from the Orokin. And remember earlier I said that Cephalon Suda is still following Orokin philosophy. Now, look at this. Guess who they're enemies with? They're enemies with someone who was part of the Orokin. You see that? Why are they enemies with the Still Meridian? The Still Meridian are part of a guerrilla group, and the New Loka are looking at the Still Meridian as enemies to their agenda. The Still Meridian are like, well, I already explained how they are, and the New Loka are like elves. They believe in this purity, peace, and all that kind of stuff, where the Still Meridian don't have any structure or order. They lack certain type of strategy when you look at them. And they're allied with the parent sequence because why? At the end of the day, money rules everything. And they understand that when it comes to restoration of pure humanity, they need that financial backing. Now, look at parent sequence. Who are they allied with? New Loka. They're opposed to Arbiters of Exis, and they're also enemies of Still Meridian, who is opposed to the New Loka. So we can see right there how these syndicates actually work with each other. Now, while every single syndicate in Warframe have this mutual / balanced relationship or non-violent relationship with each other, and they have all this understanding, these two could probably end up fighting in the future. The Red Veil and the Arbiters of Exis. Their philosophies are slightly similar and sometimes a little bit opposite. These are the strongest two when it comes to manpower and arcane powers. This is arcane, which is the Arbiters of Exis, and the Red Veil is lethal and manpower, and they have a little bit of arcane knowledge as well. So those two will probably fight it out because they're saying, hey, even if it means we kill everybody to make things what it is, we'll do it. If these are saying, no, we need to reject the warrior way and just become monks. So that is, this is basically the Air Nation. The Arbiters of Exis are the Air Nation. The Red Veil are the Fire Nation. They understand that we have to do this. And these people, instead of preparing for war, they're always just praying and, worshiping their spirituality and all that kind of stuff, while this one's prepare for war. So that is how those, basically those few syndicates work. So yeah, so that is how that. Let me see other syndicates that I can before we head out. Conclave, we already know how that is. As far as Conclave is concerned, Teshin's goal is basically to get the Tennos back to their warrior ways. Teach them in, Maybe not as much in the spirituality side, but mostly in the, in the art of, of the ninja way, basically learning how to fight and how to defend themselves. Teshin sees himself as a father to this Tenno, and he knows that, if all else fails, he may no longer be here, and he has to prepare the Tenno for the war. So that is what he is doing. Teshin is not allied as per se with anybody, but he basically gives the Tenno the free will to go out there, but make sure that you are prepared, in what you're doing. Cephalon Samaris. Samaris doesn't care. Samaris just wants knowledge. His desire for knowledge is quite closer to what Suda does. Remember, Suda is all about this knowledge and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with Cephalon Samaris. He's all about knowledge as well. If 2 or 3 people die, it doesn't matter, because remember, this Orokin Cephalons are still following Orokin philosophy. Remember, yes, they look like good people, but they were once Orokin when they were snatching all these babies and all that kind of stuff. So remember that, The Austrians are good people. We already know how that is. They are basically caught in the crossfire. That's one of the things that they go through daily. And, our job is to basically make sure that they're safe. The quills are a big part of this. The quills are interdimensional and supernatural travelers. They are both scholars, mages, and, I would say, they are powerful ninjas and samurais and all that kind of stuff. And the reason for that is because the quills possess the abilities to see into the past, present, and future. They can be in 3 places at the same time. They are basically like an entity. They worship or serve as servants for an entity that is able to just stay in between. The quills are like the mortis gods. That's how they are. That's one of the best ways that I can describe the quills. In Star Wars, you have the mortis gods. They are the ones who hold the balance and all that kind of stuff. The quills are at the center of all this conflict. They are able to see the future and what will happen. They're also able to see different realities and different perspectives. Remember, when you go to the quills and you craft your new amp, the quills will tell you that the amps you craft is unique in all the multiverse. Where you end and it begins. This is a very, very important thing. They're letting you know that they have met a version of you in a different universe. They have met another version of you in the future, in the past. They've seen your entire life, how it began and ended. And what they're just doing is to let you know that your fate is in your own hands. Even though we have seen it, you can still make those changes yourself. And one of the beautiful things about the quills is that they have their ideology is a little bit around this belief where us as Tennos, this could actually be us living our past life. And they are looking at it and say, you know what? All these things that you are seeing or you've dreamt about hasn't even happened at all. So it's weird, it's crazy. We don't want to go into time travel, but that's what the quills are. The quills are literal time travelers, and they just have agents who are stationed in different timelines. So if you remember the story about Uncle, he said he selected a reality or a future where he felt like his love could be saved, and that is the one that he has right now. Even though they're saying we haven't seen him, he is still around. He just picked the perfect reality, kind of like Doctor Strange when he said this is the only way. So that is what the quills do. They have different agents who are stationed in different timelines to look at things, collect data, and of course figure out a way to guide people and make sure that nothing comes in to sway or destroy that timeline. And I also believe that the quills also talk to the unum. So that is one of the things that you can see right there about the quills. But anyways, that is kind of like how that is kind of like how it is. That's it for this video. I do have a lot of more assignments to do. The semester is basically halfway through. I'm in a master's program. This time we don't have a midterm. We just have research papers to complete. But anyways, that's it for now. A little bit of lore, a little bit of explanation. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Thanks for staying. Thanks for watching. I'll see you wonderful people in the next one. Bye.